Hello to everyone, this is Vishal, and today is the last day of this year. So I just get a time and creating a small example of the chart for you just to learn that how we can implement MPAndroid chart in the JetPack. So we'll learn today and uh, let us start it. As we know that in my previous sessions, if you watch that, we have worked with the MPAndroid chart as in the line chart, bar chart, scatter, candles, and your pie. So those charts, it become very easy in Android to make it. And in a jetpack, as there's also it's very easy to make the chart in your jetpack using the MPAndroid. So in your jetpack, I just I just add one line in here that we can create multiple ways. I mean these kind of charts like your uh, third party tool. If you want to use, you can use the AAY chart, MPAndroid chart likewise. And if you want to make with the drawings, you can create with your own programming with the drawings, canvas, likewise. So that also I will give you the sessions in the easiest way we'll create as in a Kotlin and simple Java. I already created a many sessions related to the your canvas, your charts. So let us start this topic in the easier way, and we can just describe the bar chart today and how we can implement it in your jetpack. So let's see the example of this. Okay, so let's start in Android Studio. So here, what I have done, I just created a simple surface in which I pass the color. That is our material theme, color scheme, and primary. If you want to give some other colors, you can provide it. So whatever I have to build, I build it inside this surface, or if you can choose anything, you can go for that. So the first thing is that you have to create the MP Android chart this lips. So what you can do, you just simply implementation. I think you have done if you know about this. So uh, that is I will describe you one more time that is very simple. Whatever be the dependency, you just copy it and paste it here. Okay, and then right click and it give you that it create a new libs for you, or otherwise if you go for directly without libs it can implement. And the second most important thing is that you can add your maven. So that is a maven is you can put it with this JetPack IO. So these two be important things whenever you create your MPAndroid chart. So if you go for that MPAndroid chart, it show you that this is the module and this is the MPAndroid chart version. So these all automatically created by this if you just paste here in your grid. Okay, so that is very simple, and I think it is a very similar as I did many times in whenever I created the MPAndroid chart. You can see in my previous sessions of simple Kotlin and a Java. Okay, so here's the plain surface and this is your white screen, and I'm just making a one composable. So this is a composable, and I'm just creating a simple a fun bar chart example. Okay, so this is your simple bar chart example I'm creating, and we just call it here, and uh, under that we have to work. We will start this work. Okay, so first here I just want to create a top bar. If you want, you can go with that, otherwise leave it, but I'm making it because of using this. I want to clear one more thing because of there are a lot of confusion whenever you create a centralized top bar. So there's so many ways you can work with that also, that we will cover this topic also. So first I will create your scaffold. here. And here you can see that under the scaffold what happened, we have this uh, modifier. So I want to create this modifier, and in the modifier whatever you want, you give the padding, you give the max size. So I'm just giving the fill max size here. Okay. And one more thing is that if you go with this curly brackets, it's showing you that you need to pass some padding values. So many times it happens. So if you passing this box, and I want to use that modifier, any modifier, because of scaffold be created like this, we have a bottom, we have a top, and so many things be there. So it needs some inner coding paddings. So what we can do, I'm just go for that modifier dot padding, and here I'm just passing simple IT. So that means it can cover it simply. So it works like this, simple scaffold. I'm making this the fill max size. I'm using the box with the modifier. Just these to be in a simple way I have created. And now we can do with so many things with this scaffold. So the first thing that is very important, I'm just making it, that is the top app bar. So if you go with the top app bar, and after using that top app bar, so for this, if you want to make it the centralized text, otherwise it goes, I mean there be the text on the left side on the top bottom top app bar. But here if you go make it the centralized, so what you can do, there are two ways. If you make it a simple top app bar, you can create a box under that, then you can create a text and centralize it. So this is second point need to clear, because of there are so many doubts related to centralized. So what we can do, this is the first way. I will describe you in some other session in a depthly for this. So here I'm just using that centralized way. So this is the second approach, that is very simple, and I'm making the central line top bar. So whenever you create your central line top bar, the first thing is this, you need to make it, because of this is the unit, so you make it under the curly brackets. Very simple. Okay. And under that we have to work with this. So centralized means first we need to give the colors, and colors we have a top app bar defaults, that is center lined top app bar colors. So there are two kind of colors inside it. One is your container color and other is your title color. Okay. So first important things what it required that opt. So you can give it. Okay, and then now I'm just giving the second thing, that is your container. So the container color I'm using with the color dot red, and I just want to go with the title color also. So this is the title container color I'm making with color dot white. I'm choosing this white here. Okay, so here I just put it that container color be red, and your title content color be your white. So the next step is I just want me to create a title. So what we can go for that, we need to create a title here, and that is also be under the curly bracket. So that means this is the first way, and here I'm just giving the text for this, and this text I'm just making the bar chart and need to save it. Okay, and now just we'll see what we have done under the surface. Let's see. So that's build be running. So here what we have done, we just created a scaffold with the top bar and center line top app bar with the text bar chart, and two things we have done, like we have a central line top app bar colors with the container color and then title color. So these two we have done with this. So you can see that on the top we have a bar chart at the center. So once this to be done, you have to go under this box. So the rest, if you want to make it more attractive, you can go with that, because of lot of things we can uh, do experiment with the app bar here. Okay, so there are many ways you can do this. Okay, but now we have come on the point, that is the chart. So if you go for the box, I just go for this curly brackets under the box, and if you go with this at a padding values, you can pass it with the padding values arrow, these padding values. So but that better way, you can just pass it whenever you created anything, whenever you call the unit related to the scaffold here. Okay, so I think this is very basic structure we prepared, and one more thing, that is I need to create a Android view. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if you go with this Android view, so lot of things be there, but just as we are making a chart, you just take an example. It is in a view in which we can return those views whatever we want to return, just like in the chart, just like in other things. So at this time is you can create a lot of things be there. I will describe you in some other session what's exactly we have to work in this. So at this time we have a just simply, you can say that this is the Android view, and two important factors we are using. Number one is your modifier, if you want to go with that, or this is your modifier dot fill max size, and other thing is your factory. So the factory, that means we can say that unit in which we can pass the context in which we have to work. Okay, so if you go with this Android view, so lot of things be there you can learn, means yeah. So that means obtained from the factory block will be called exactly once obtained with the view being composed. So that means we can upload the block, can run multiple times, you can, so a lot of things we can work with this. The factory, modifier and update is very important. Whenever you update the chart, it can works very easily, so I choose this. Okay, so this is the modifier, factory and update, three important parameters we are using. So these two we are I'm using today, and the update I will describe you some other day. So this is the simple Android view, and under that Android view, whatever you have to do, you just simply make a context and context arrow. The context is for a well. So I'm making the bar chart, and that bar chart is your simple MPAndroid bar chart. Okay, it's showing you the GitHub microfill charting charts. So this is your MPAndroid bar chart, and under that you have to pass that context. Okay, and this context, that means we have to return this view. So I want to return that bar chart view. So that's very a simple step you have to follow on your one line. So that means this is your Android view, Under that, three important factors we have to work on that Android view. One is the modifier, and number two is the factory, in which we have to work by the context, means with this in their area of code. And then the last is your update. But update is means whenever you want to update the data from the back end, so it works very easily on updating the chart, animating lot of things. So you can see that it's showing you automatically no chart data available. So what we have to fill? We have to fill the chart data. Okay, so now step by step I will describe you these things. Okay, so let's see. Once we created our bar chart, the next step is we have to go for our list. So if you remember on my last sessions, means in other sessions of the YouTube in which we have worked, we are using the entries for that. So that means for the simple line chart we have an entry, and if you go for the bar chart we have a bar entries. So likewise that different entries under that chart be given. But when you create your canvas charts or a drawable, I mean using the drawings, so that means you have to create and you have to check in every axis on that and pixels on it. So lot of things there I will describe, but just go for one kind of well bar list here, and this bar list I am using the array list for this. I will describe you both the way, mutable also. So here I am just going the bar entry. You can see that this is the bar entry, and this bar entry we have. So this is the simple bar list, array list, bar entry we have. Okay, so if you go for the bar list dot add, and under that add I'm just using the first entry, that is the bar entry, and I'm using the first thing is the for the bar entry, that means floatings, x float and the y floats. Okay, so I'm using that 0.0 f comma, and for the y I'm giving the 30.0 f. Okay, so this is a simple bar entry I'm doing. So likewise that you have to create multiple entries here. I'm going to do that these entries be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries I have done that. 1, and this is your 46, this is your 87, this is your 60, and this is your 20 at least, this is your 80. So these entries I have done, simple bar chart. But at this time I'm using some all are is in the 0 0 0 0 this thing. So let's see what the sequence be given be here, simple bar chart. Okay, so what we have to do, you just go for the next step. Whenever we go for the bar list, then first we create the bar chart, then for the bar list with using the bar entry, so we need a data set. The next step be the data set. So same thing I am follow whatever I have done with the Kotlin chart and your Java chart. Okay, so this is your bar data set I am using here, and this is your bar data set. Okay, so on the second step we have a bar data set, and here I am just doing whatever be the bar list comma, this is your label. So label means your company name, whatever you want to go for. So I'm going to use that in a company. Okay, so the next step is, that means once the set be ready, I just putting it with the bar data. So this is your bar data, and whatever be the bar data is your bar data is, yeah, so this is your bar data set we have used here. Okay, these three be clear, three steps be clear. And once the bar data be done on our side, it means we are using the bar chart dot data, and that is your bar data. Just simply pass it here. You can see, but all chart become together because of we put it these all in the one sequences of the x. So I am giving the 1 2, you can see that it become different, I mean it's scattered in the different ways. That means the 5, that means the 6. So that means all lines we make it differently. So this is a very simple chart we have done, and so many things now we have to apply. So this is a very simple chart. At a very first level it is created. So the simple, I think what we have done, we have done a very simple way, that is a central and top app bar. If you want to go, otherwise leave it. Just the main thing is started in the Android view. I'm using the context for this chart, and under that I'm just putting the bar list, creating the bar data chart, bar data, and then putting this bar data. So that becomes very easy. So rest is whatever be the documentation of MPAndroid, we can do it in step by step. So let's see on the second step what we have to do with this. Okay, so once the chart be created, what we have done last time in our charts, we always be invalidate those. Okay, and this the basic steps be clear under the chart. So we'll go for the more steps. If you want to go for the animations, I think we already described you these things also in my previous sessions. That means you can go for the animate, and for that animate XY we go for this timings duration, you can give it and just save it. So you can see that this is your animated chart we created. So become very easy these things. And now the most important thing is bar colors also. So means we have a 3 companies and we want to show the chart data to gather all this. So what we have to do, we just go for the colors also. So that means you can apply it here, where you can set your bar data set on that variable. You can say that apply, and under that apply you can give that color. So that means we can give this color as a color dot green, sorry, green. So here it show you that's the issue, because of we have to convert this to ARGB. So that means now it be as in a green shade. So it become very interesting whenever you go for these things. And now the most important thing is that this also I have previously described you, means on the top level it's showing you the x-axis. So I just want be the on the bottom side, and also I just want the labeling of this. So the labeling is very important, because of I want the data for according to the 7 days, or I want a data for according to uh, years. So what we can do this, so these two things are important. So for this what we need it, we just go for x values also. So let's see how we can create the x values. Now can see how we can do the labeling here. So if you go with the array list, the problem is that if you make it the string kind of this, so we do not go with that the positioning, exact positioning for that. So for this what we have to do, you just go for x axis. I'm just giving the x-axis val and make it as a mutable. So that means mutable list I am making for this. So I just give the entry names for, and this is your string labelings. Okay, so this is the string kind of labeling we need to provide here. So we can add those values. So because of the same, I want it for the array list here. So I am changing the bar list also as in a mutable list. Okay, and here I just give the 7 entries be like. So I just give the positioning of the x-axis variable. So dot add, and I'm doing the same as in the 0 positioning, and I'm going for that first level is where maybe it is for Monday, and likewise that I just copy paste it. So here making like maybe the Tuesday I'm just doing the labeling, or you can give the year labeling, so whatever be. So this is your Wednesday is going, then okay. So how you get the x-axis? You get the x-axis using your bar chart. So that means your, according to the bar chart, we can give that L variable, well, that is your x-axis, and this is your bar chart dot x-axis. Okay, according to this bar chart x-axis, I'm choosing that value. So means we can just catch up that those x-axis and then convert it into the labelings. Okay, and also one PowerPoint that is a below, I mean behind the scenes, if you see that is a grid. If you want to hide this grid, so you can also hide it with that x-axis positioning. So you can say that x-axis dot set draw grid lines. Okay, so that means these grid lines I'm making the false. If you see that now, yeah, it removed all those grids. Okay, and this to be ready, then what we have to do, I just convert it with the x-axis value formatter. So you can just go for that x-axis. I will describe you these things with the coroutines or from the retrofit calls also in other sessions. So you can see this how we can do with the data, update the data, and lot of things be there. Okay, so this is your index axis value formatter, and under that value formatter I'm just passing x-axis val. So you can see that on the top this is becomes Sunday, whatever with the values on that. So this is, I'm just making the sequences 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these values we have to map with this. Okay, so it is started from the Monday and the sequence be going on up to Sunday. So these x-axis values we have done, we just created the simple steps here with the animations. And one more thing that is also important, if you go with the background color. So if you want to go for the background, what we can do, okay, so go for this here bar chart, and you can see that simply apply, and under that bar chart apply the same thing, set background color, that is your color dot, if you want to give it the blue, and then again change it to the ARGB. So that become interesting. And if you want to go with some other data, so you can go. So this is your values. You can choose from the resources those colors. So many things. And one more thing I'll add, the last point is that we have to make it these things in the bottom. So for this, what we can do, we can set the positioning here. So that is also with the importance. This is the last point. Whenever you create the chart, basic chart, so this is your x-axis position, and that position I am setting with your x-axis position dot bottom. Okay, so you can see that it comes in the bottom. I'm just giving the some light shade here on the background, light gray, so better we can see this. Yeah, so you can see that Monday, Tuesday, and these be the sequences becoming, and these also according to the labeling or a company name, you can make it the multiple bar charts also. That means you can differentiate those things. So I think it's very easy to work with the bar chart in the JetPack. So I will describe you this thing with the in coming sessions with the retrofit using the update in Android view, and we will discuss about the line chart, pie chart also. We'll create it in a very easy way, and also we'll create the chart with the canvas drawings. So a lot of things be there, but as I got a time, I create the video for you. Thank you so